We here at Dave's Chicken Wings know that going to the edge of the Grand Canyon and screaming into it until you are no longer in debt means the spicier the chicken wings, the less we all care about our demise. Dave's Chicken Wings.
Welcome to Apocalypse Soon with Eddie Pepitone. Tonight's show, an interview with Gary Gulman. And now, your host, Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, ho! Sorry, everybody, I really came on hot there. I want to welcome you to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside, folks. That's right, no upside. And I say that with glee. With glee. I talk about the deterioration, the coming apart of our society, civilization, the world, ourselves. We're all coming apart, and I'm doing it with my band leader, Bobby and the Anti-Vaxxer. No, the Mephistophelian. Sorry, Bobby.
Hey, no problem. Hey, we is what we is.
We is what we is, ain't we's?
Hey, we is, man. I tell you what, we're feeling good today. Feeling fine. None of those disease poisons in my bloodstream, sir. No, sir.
No, Bobby, strident anti-vaxxer, everything, all the money you have, all the money you make on this show, which so far it has been very negligible, but with your help, with your Patreon help, we want to get Bobby paid.
Please, I got barely enough money to make these signs that I protest out in front of the Rite Aid.
Yes, Bobby's out in front of Rite Aid saying, stop getting vaxxed. Stop getting vaxxed. Well, Bobby, I just want to say that, since we last talked, I guess things have unraveled even more. We've had a couple of, we get at least, it seems, one or two mass shootings a week, right?
Oh, yeah. I got an alert on Google News Alert. Every time there's a shooting, I get a text message.
Yes, and I also get alerted, However, my alert for mass shootings are, if it's within 100 to 200 feet of me. That's when I want to know.
Oh, that's important. You got to get those news updates quick, too.
You have to get them quick. I don't want to know about mass shootings that are more than 100 feet away from me.
No.
You know, Bobby?
Local news.
Local news.
You're a local guy.
I'm a local guy. You're a local guy. We're provincial peasants who don't leave our areas.
I got everything I need. Everything's right around here. I got the Starbucks. I got the guns and ammo. I got the Walgreens. I'm set to go. There's a pot shop around the corner, which don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife.
Don't worry, Bobby. Every secret you have is safe here and safe with our limited audience.
Beautiful.
It is safe. All right, Bobby, great to have you here again.
You too, pal.
Let's now welcome our great producer, Mr. Kevin Tinkin.
Oh, my God, I'm here and I'm feeling free.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Today's a good day. It nice.
Is a good day. You didn't get any
80s?
speeding. It's 80s, which to me is too hot in fucking April.
Yeah.
I guess you're in Sun Valley, yeah?
Sunland. Yes. Oh, yes.
Folks, when you live in a place called Sunland, or Sunland, if it trips off the tongue.
So the locals say it, Sunland, yeah.
The locals, yeah. Again, the locals. Come to Sunland. There's a great advertising campaign out here in the valley for Sunland. It's come to Sunland. We have taco stands. We have gangs that control the area. We have public schools that are falling apart.
Yeah.
We have everybody having nervous breakdowns about paying their rent. Mm-hmm. Come to Sunland.
Come to Sunland. The homeless are in the mountains.
Yes. Now, do you own a home? there?
I do not own a home.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Me neither.
I sold all my my worldly possessions when I moved to Los Angeles. So
From, Fresno.
Fresno, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fresno. Kevin came from the interior of California because I just did a tour. And by the way, folks, I am touring my little ass off. And it is a little ass.
Oh, yeah.
It is a little ass. I don't have a great ass. I never claimed to have a great ass. My ass is little because I don't try to make my ass more than what it is. Where do you stand on building up your ass?
You know, I'm glad you asked. Yeah. I think it's good to have a little cushion, for the pushing. You know what I mean? Back
I understand
in the
that
back area there.
I understand that, but I like carbohydrates, and so I have a big tummy, and the ass is not big, and everybody tells me, well, cut down on the carbs, and I say, you cut down on the carbs. I have a stressful life. I live in a society that values profit and money over people. Okay? Do you get it? We are in capitalism in the last stages.
Yeah.
And profit and money are valued far more than people. We are dying all over this fucking country. Okay? And I'll be touring, by the way. I want to get that in. And please look up my tour dates, eddiepepitone.com. I said .con. That's what's called a Freudian slip, like I am a con. A lot of artists, and I don't use that word lightly when I refer to myself as an artist. I am an artist. A lot of comics, I think, cannot say that. They're just hoodwinkers. But I am an artist. However, I have something called the imposter syndrome. Are you familiar with the imposter syndrome?
Oh, I feel it every time we come and record here, Eddie.
Of course we do. We're artists.
Yeah.
Artists, true artists, don't believe they are artists. So if you don't think you're an artist, then you are one. Do you follow me? We're in the end of days, folks, and I'm so glad you joined us today. I'll be in Trinidad, Colorado for the bicycle festival, I think it's called. Go to my website. I'll be there soon. I am going to be in Albuquerque. I'm going to be in Santa Fe.
Trinidad looks like you got on the 7th.
May 7th, that's correct. And I'm going to be in Houston at the Oblivion Festival. I'm going to be in Albuquerque. I'm going to be in Santa Fe. Please go to my website, eddiepepitone.com. And then I'm going to Toronto and London, Ontario, because Canada needs to hear the truth about the disintegration of me. Of me. Because we all embody the disintegration, the paranoia, the anxiety, the murderous rage. And we push down murderous rage. What do you do? Now, you seem like you seem mellow.
I'm pretty mellow.
You're pretty mellow.
Yeah.
But I believe we all have murderous rage. What do you do?
When I have a murderous rage coursing through my veins?
Yeah, because we don't have legitimate outlets for it, I don't think.
I mean,
exercise, what do you do?
You mentioned carbs earlier, and I'll tell you, that helps.
You stuff them down, yeah.
I stuff them down. I smoke weed,
Smoke weed, yeah.
I've never been in a fight. Never thrown a fist.
Either.
Really?
I threw one punch in my life. And it was a next-door neighbor. I was defending the honor of my sister.
Perfect.
And I hit him, like I threw a left jab. I hit him, and then he got me down on the ground.
Oh, shit.
And he just pinned me to the ground. He didn't punch me.
Yeah.
Because we knew each other for many years.
Okay.
And he just held me down for like a long time and just insulted me. He was like, "What are you gonna do now?" You know when you pin someone down, folks. I'm sure you either you've been pinned or you have pinned someone down. When you pin someone down on the ground, usually this happens to us in our teenage years, boys more than girls, but maybe not. anyway, it's like you get pinned down and someone's on top of you going, yeah, huh? You stupid bastard. You shouldn't fucking, you're gonna defend the honor of your sister, huh? You stupid bastard. By the way, your choice in clothing. It would be funny if the person who pinned you down started insulting all kinds of shit that a teenager probably wouldn't do, like, look at how you dress, huh? And your lifestyle, it's so unsustainable. You have an Apple Watch, you have an Apple phone, you're stupid, like they're pinning you down and going, you have an Apple Watch, you have an Apple phone, you have an iPad, and you're thinking about getting a computer, an Apple computer today. And that means you're a piece of shit because all that stuff is unsustainable, you stupid piece of shit. And you rail against the society, yet you buy all these Apple products where people die every day, making them and they're pinning you down, and they're talking about the fact that, and you always say you're gonna get a fucking physical at the doctor, but you never go. You say you're gonna go for a physical, and then how come when you go to Whole Foods and you buy this expensive shit like organic fucking produce, and it goes fucking bad? You buy zucchini and it just becomes liquid. And they're pinning you down, telling you this. The zucchini becomes liquid. And you also fucking never do laundry enough. You fucking let it build up. You let it build up till you're wearing the same shit for weeks.
Get off me, man.
Get off me.
Get off me, man.
And what about your antidepressants? Your dick don't work because of your antidepressants, yet you find that a perfectly reasonable trade-off. So you're not as anxious anymore. I say be anxious and have a hard-on. Get off me, get off me.
Come on, man.
All right, well, we have a great show today. We have a great show. We have all kinds of segments. We're going to let the segments be a surprise instead of giving you the segments up front. Going to let the segments be in the front. We have a great guest. We always have one great guest. And I'm glad you guys joined us. Stick around for Apocalypse Soon with Kevin Tinkin, the podcast with no upside.
And now a word from Eddie Pepitone, who is running for city council.
Hi, everybody. I have decided to throw my hat into the ring for city council here in Los Angeles, and I want to make a couple of campaign promises. Number one, I will not lie to your face. I promise that all my lies will be done away from you. You won't be able to hear what lies I am going to do because I'm a politician. And let me tell you something, now that my hat's in the ring, I want to tell you that I am going to accumulate as much wealth as I can. And what I'm proposing for you, the general populace, and hear me out here, is that you are going to eat bugs. I am going to get you as many bugs as I can. Because you won't be able to afford food, because me and my cronies, other politicians, and the city council, we have a yacht called the Fuck You. The yacht is called the Fuck You, and there's no spaces. It's one word. And we have incredible buffets. Incredible buffets. Do you know that we have a lunch buffet and it's at 11:30? It's not even 12. We don't even wait to 12. And then after that, we have a dessert bar. While you people are going to get crickets, we're going to give you crickets. We're going to give you beetles. We're going to give you cockroaches, and we're going to mix it into a soup. We're going to crush them, and you're going to like it. And that's my promise to you, that if you vote for me, you will have bug soup. And the reason why you deserve it is because none of you have the balls to challenge the power structure. That's right, you're all sheep. You all just get on Twitter and do a couple of tweets about how brave you are, about what you're gonna do. But very few of you get out in the streets and demand shit. Some of you are unionizing, but until you do that, we are gonna be on our city council yacht. The fuck you, one word. And we're gonna be having lunch at 11:30. We're gonna be having dessert bar at 1. There's barely time in between lunch and dessert while you get bug soup. So vote for me! You will get bug soup is my campaign slogan.
This has been a paid promotion for Eddie Pepitone for Los Angeles City Council.
While 45 or so billionaires own most of America's wealth and the rest of the population goes from crisis to crisis, Cedars-Sinai Hospital is pairing with Arby's to offer everyone a French dip with each MRI of your skull. Eat well and get X-rayed only till 3 p.m. today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Gulman, who is an amazing, one of the best working comedians today. He takes his inner pain, his last special, correct me if I'm wrong, Depresh was your last special, right?
Great Depresh, yes.
What's it called?
The Great Depresh.
The Great Depresh. I forgot the word great. I watched it. I loved it. It was amazing.
Thank you.
It was confessional yet so funny, and also Gary, and you got to hook me up, Gary, with your writing tips, because your writing tips for comedy are fucking awesome. And thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. And what we do here, Gary, is we talk about whatever, but also with the awareness that we are in. And I hate to say this because we're both depressed. We both kind of have that inclination toward depression, but like we are in a society, I think that is coming apart at the seams. You're in New York, yeah? Yeah,
I'm in New York, and I see. I mean, it's really fraying, but. Mm-hmm. I will say this: it's a great time to turn to the existentialist, to the Camus, to the Sartres, because they really. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great times when they were living, but they just had a great perspective on the meaninglessness of it, but also the idea of trying to find meaning, motivation, and great. I guess a reason for getting out of bed every morning.
And that's great that you fucking brought that up, because I then can ask you, where do you get your meaning? I'll tell you where I get mine. It's through doing comedy. I don't know if I'm identifying with comedy too much, but I really feel that if I do have a purpose in life, it is to try to lighten the load of others. Are you similar?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I find meaning in comedy. I also find like-minded people like yourself and others that see it the same way who reject the whole thing that's so frustrating in this business is that we find the famous and the celebrity despicable, and yet in order to have our point of view heard, we strive to be a part of it. And there's such a conflict, because I don't want to make decisions based on listen, I don't want to put up videos of me performing. I feel like I'm promoting myself and advertising, and yet it's so much better than performing to a half-empty room. So I do it. It reminds me of how my rabbi had to have bingo on Thursday nights, and he would never show up. He wouldn't mention it during his sermons. He would ignore it, and that's how I feel about all my social media work. I like to engage with the fans. I hate to try to sell them anything.
I know, man. That is a difficult thing where art meets commerce. How do you do, commerce? Hi, I'm Art. Fuck you, says commerce. How much money can you make me? Art says, I do what I feel. Okay, I do what I feel. I do what I think is best for this world. And commerce says, good luck with that.
You pay me.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me. But that's a great. You know what I was thinking too? With you mentioned two of my faves, Al Camus and Johnny Sartre. and I call them by the slang names because I'm sure when they were children it was like, hey, Al, get in here. Yeah. We got an omelet, a nice omelet. The French are very good at omelets. And with Johnny Sartre, it was like, Johnny, come on, stop staring, Johnny. Come on, let's play a little wiffle ball. If they played that in France, but I think it would be funny to do guerrilla type readings of, The Plague by Camus on a bus or a train or a subway. Like you jump on and you're in just like mime clothing, but you read from The Plague by Camus to the subway car, let's say, I
love it.
Or Johnny Sartre's No Exit,
Yes. I was on the subway the other night, and a woman who, she must have been coming from the Bronx, just based on how long it seemed she had been on the train, and I get it uptown at 135th. Anyhow, she was screaming and ranting and raving about the shootings in New York City, and about the homelessness, and about there's a big struggle now with the rent control and the evictions. She's screaming.
Wow,
she's
it sounds
swearing.
like she should be a guest on my podcast, but go ahead.
Here's my point. We did not appreciate her tone. We didn't care for the vulgarities and the swearing, but we were all kind of like, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Yes, I wish she wasn't screaming this without a mask in our faces, but she's hitting every note dead on.
Which, again, commerce meets art, I think. We are told, don't be too brusque as comedians. Don't be too angry. And that's what you're now kind of talking about our modern day prophets on the train, which, by the way, they also have to run social media. Yeah, they have a captive audience, obviously, on the subway, but they also have to they have to promote themselves. Or, if you're a lunatic, if you're a freelance lunatic, right? If you're a freelance lunatic, you need to advertise. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Got to get the word out.
Got to get the word out.
What I can't say for sure, because I got off at 14th Street, is whether at the end she said, please like and subscribe.
You would think she would say that at every stop.
Yeah.
Just to get the people who are leaving.
Of course. But listen, she resents this. She resents. I have a goddamned ring light in my living room. I don't have room for ring lights, but I wanted to look cute on this, so I
you're using a ring light? That's great.
Beautiful.
That's great.
I resent it though.
Oh,
I resent, dude. I
I can't
look like shit.
It is an interesting I like it. I got to tell you, I fucking do these auditions, the self-tape auditions, and you're supposed to have a ring light.
Yeah.
Do you use it, Kev?
I do use a ring light.
You do use a ring light.
Oh, yes. It doesn't make me thinner.
It makes all the difference. It's the road less traveled.
It is, because I'm such an I'm so resentful at having to self-tape, because my thing lately is, oh, really, we have to self-tape and we have to bring in our own wardrobe. When is it going to be that we have to write the scripts? Like they tell us, hey, here's an idea. We need you guys to complete the script, then self-tape yourself. Also bring your wardrobe. I mean, we have to do everything ourselves. Even though they're...
I know. The indignities never stop.
They never stop.
I remember when you auditioned for that detergent ad. I mean, that's it's one of my favorite pieces of.
How did you get the shirt so fresh? Is what I call that bit.
It's
yeah.
It goes beyond comedy, Eddie. You transcend comedy. If I can just take a minute to say that we share a management company. And myself and Alex, your manager,
love Alex.
We spend so much time quoting you, raving about you. I saw you at is it called the winery or the wine?
The winery, which is a chain. I found out, which made me feel a little less good about them.
It seems like a more authentic Olive Garden if it's a chain.
Yes, it does.
I really liked it, but I sat with Ted Alexandro's parents, who are in their late 70s or early 80s. I didn't know it was them until the show. I was just like, wow, what hip people laughing at this stuff that's so, I guess, at times baudy. It could get a little bawdy.
I was a little bawdy that
because
night.
You like to listen to pornography in traffic.
Yeah, I was being... what's funny is that my dad was there and my sister and a cousin, and I was, for some reason, I was very prurient that night. I was very primal about sexual shit. And I look at it as like, maybe that wasn't the greatest to do. But then I was also like, at least I don't give a shit whoever is there now.
But Eddie, they were all there to see you, which means they want to see what you do, and that's part of what you do. And I just got to tell you, it was inspiring. I mean, I left rededicated to, I guess, committing and also saying something worth saying.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I watched the Great Depression. You said, I mean, you just spoke from the heart, and it was such a great special. If you guys haven't seen Great Depression, have you seen it, Kev?
I have not seen it. I apologize.
Oh man, what kind of producing is that?
The indignities never end.
It's been out for 2 years.
I know,
Kevin.
I know.
I apologize. It won't happen again.
I love.
It's too late.
Yeah, right. I feel that way too. So let's get back to Johnny Sartre, Al Camus. We find meaning in doing comedy. That gives us purpose. How about where else can we find? Like, it's hard, man. It is hard to really just stay connected. You know what I mean? To our good fucking energy. I always go through highs and lows, and you know what I realized, Gary, is that I have to surf them. I can't force being positive.
You don't have to. It's just my whole thing is at least be objective. I mean, we're constantly comparing and despairing, right?
Yes.
So it's easy for us to call ourselves a failure because we have not achieved every single thing that we set out to achieve, and it's still a struggle. But I will say two things about that. Objectively, we're not failures, and the other side is that once you become a celebrity and really famous, your stand-up will never be the same. You will always be performing for the best audience that cheers even when it's not funny.
So true.
And you will have nobody around you, including yourself, to say, this could be better. I need this to be better. And you'll have so many things going on. Well, I don't have so much time to put into my stand-up because of this TV series I'm producing for for some mediocrity who's young. And my stand-up is suffering. At the very least, our stand-up will never suffer because we have honest audiences who aren't familiar with our work.
By the way, that is, that what you said is true, and it's funny. And I actually take pride in that. Like, I fucking take pride. Like, I think of Steve Martin. I'll give you just one example. Steve Martin, who I used to love. And for some reason, I can't stand him now. I don't know why. Seinfeld
because
is another one.
Because we've gotten to know who he is.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he collects art.
Yes.
I can't even fucking talk about it. It's like, what do you have to say that's interesting? Seinfeld hasn't said an interesting thing in fucking...
Since 98.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! You know who's amazing, though, and kind of defies this, I think, is Chappelle. He's always interesting and super famous. What do you think? Are you in agreement with that?
I disagree.
Is that right?
I disagree.
Is that right?
I think the last 2 or 3 specials he's put out have just been him griping and whining about cancel culture.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you who I think is still putting out great stuff at an advanced age is Colin Quinn.
Oh, I love Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Colin writes, goes up at the Cellar every single night.
He does.
And he's not famous enough that they're just laughing because he's famous and they're going to be able to say, oh, I saw so-and-so tomorrow. He has to kill on his merits. And it's made him get better and better. He's so inspiring.
That is so fucking true. And that is, I'm thinking of moving back to New York because I feel like LA, it's just kind of going to burn down. I mean, the wildfires out here, they scare me at this point, I mean, there's a lot of great people out here, but the heat, the wildfires, I'm just thinking of coming to New York, and one of the benefits would be to see guys like you and Colin.
Yes, you have to come to New York, and because you can't tell me that you're not going to get better and feel better doing 8 spots a week.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I do 3 to 5 a week here.
Which is incredible in LA.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I do about 3 to 5 when I'm in LA and then, touring. Yeah. Colin Quinn is a fucking gem.
Yeah.
He's kind of done, and I was talking about this with Alex too, about I might be doing a one-man show a la Colin.
Hell yeah.
Have you thought of doing that route? I think Neil Brennan just did a one-man show in New York.
Yeah.
Are you thinking? I
mean, I have this thing where I say I'm doing a one-person show called Mommy Look. my theory is that every one-person show should be called Mommy Look.
Oh, yeah. My God. Our whole careers.
Had my mother paid any attention to me when I was growing up, I don't need to be on stage in front of strangers. I could just have friendships.
Dude, so true. I have bitched about my childhood to people, and invariably a lot of them have said, I do it to a lot of people. That's why I say a lot of. I'll just be like, "Excuse me, sir, can I talk to you?" Imagine if you did it to passerbys, like, "Excuse me, sir, can I talk to you just a little bit about what I went through?" And he's like, "I'm trying to get. I have an appointment." I go, "It won't take you long. I'm just going to do when I was 3, and I had to go to the bathroom in a 2nd grade classroom, and no one would acknowledge me." And then the guy's like, "Whoa, okay, you got me."
I think you should do a one-person show, and I think that's what I lean towards, but not in the sense of here's a lamp with an end table and I'm going to mostly be serious, and there'll be a few humorous moments. The Colin Quinn model is really the way where you narrow your focus and you take your funniest stuff on a subject, and then at the end you have a point. This is the problem with music versus comedy. With a song that has no ending, you just fade out. But a joke needs a fucking punchline, and it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. You know what I tell the audience, though, to get around that? I go, there are no punchlines here, folks. I am the punchline. We are the punchline. Our lives are the punchline. And this is kind of Sartre-esque. I go, the absurdity of the fact that we live on a ball spinning, and I go on and on about like the randomness of fucking life, What are you up to right now? Are you performing 8 spots a week, dude?
Yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
the most part, and I'm finishing up this memoir that I started.
Heck yeah!
At the beginning of 2020. Can I plug a show I'm doing in San Francisco? If there are people who are fans of Eddie and I, if you come to the San Francisco show, I would really appreciate
Punchline?
it. No, it's at the Sidney Goldstein Theater. Does that sound Jewish?
It does, to be completely honest, yes.
Yeah.
It sounds very Jewish. It sounds like if you get there, it'll be like some guy going, great,
What?
You're here.
What were Mr. and Mrs. Goldstein's first names that Sidney sounded less Jewish?
What is the? So it's a theater. That's great.
Yeah.
What's the day, man? What's the day? Where can people find the info?
Oh, it's May 7th at the Sidney Goldstein Theater, and I'm going to get in the night before so that I get to spend an extra $250 on a hotel room.
Oh yeah. That's the best. When you can spend that money. Anything else you want to promo, Gary? Because we have to jump. No,
but it's about time Kevin saw The Great Depressed streaming on HBO.
Yes,
that's your
awesome.
homework.
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't accept your next invitation until Kevin can answer
All right.
a series of questions to prove that he saw it.
You would love
in.
it. You would love it. And one other thing, Gary, where can I find when you were tweeting out writing tips? I think that should be a book.
It's on Vulture. They collected all 366 of them. And they put little cartoons with it. They really did a great job with it.
Okay, good. So I could get Vulture Gary Gulman's writing tips and check that out.
I got a ton of people sending me links to those tweets.
Oh, okay.
As you were doing them.
They were amazing.
Very cool, man.
That's so insulting.
Boy, you have it out for Kevin.
Yeah.
Like you could use these, Kevin.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh, no, my friends are not great. They're not great friends.
Yeah.
All right, Gary. Love you, man.
All right, I love
You're the
you,
best.
Eddie.
Hopefully see you soon. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
That was Gary Gulman, everybody. Gary Gulman, please see him at the Sidney Goldstein Theater in San Francisco. I guess go to GaryGulman.com and check out all his stuff. He's amazing. Thanks, Gary.
Now checking in with Dr. Pepitone, the doctor with the worst bedside manner.
Look, you know that the air quality keeps getting worse and worse every year, and you live in a poor neighborhood, and the poor people get the worst of the air quality. So what you have here, your blood work, I'm just going to sum up your blood work. You're an asshole, and you eat like shit. That's why you're an asshole. And your blood, you're going to be dead. I mean, if you make it out of this office, I'll be fucking surprised. Go ahead. There's the door. There's the door. No. Get up. All right. Okay. Wait a minute. Your robe is open. I don't like what look. You look like an elephant that was shot years ago. Do you understand?
This seems mildly inappropriate.
You look like, you know, the guy who owns fucking that chain of heroes. What is it? It's not Papa John's, but he's a trophy hunter.
Togo's?
Not Togo's, asshole. Anyway, you look like you ate at Togo. Togo's is dead. By the way, Togo's went a long time ago. Are you talking about I've been to the desert with a horse with no name? No, that's Pogo. Look, I just want to say, not only do you eat like shit, but I caught a glimpse of your wife, all right? And I took blood from her without her knowing it. And she is dead she's died.
Cheryl?
Whatever you call her, she is dead in the waiting room. And I bet you can't make it to the door. Go ahead. Try to make it to the door.
I'm going to try.
Oh, by the way, I got your MRI back of your brain. You know what it says? You know what the MRI tells me about your brain? You never use it. It's deteriorated. It's fucking mummified. Do a crossword puzzle. Do a goddamn, you know the game Jingo?
Yeah.
No, Django. Or Jingo. I don't know. But or at least get on TikTok and do a video. Stimulate your goddamn brain. You can't just sit around eating sugar, watching Housewives of Orange County or Housewives of the dystopian center of the earth, which, by the way, that's going to be good. That's coming out soon.
I'm looking forward to
Well,
that.
they're shooting Housewives into the center of the earth because that's the only place they can get any kind of nourishment now because of the food crisis. So watch Housewives being shot into the center of the earth.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, my wife's dead.
Cheryl's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you call her, I believe. And I want to see you trying to make it to the door. Go ahead. See if you can get up off my... Oh, boy. You piece of shit.
My colostomy bag. I got too many.
You know what's in your colostomy bag? Fucking Domino's Pizza, you idiot. Look, I gotta go. I have another patient. Thank you for coming in. If you don't make it out, you will be cleared out of the room. We'll put your wife Cheryl in a body bag, which, by the way, the body bags are sponsored by Nike. Just do it. I have to say that as part of my sponsorship by Nike. Thank you, Mr. Tinkin.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for Dr. Pepitone, the doctor with the worst bedside manner.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. That was another episode of Apocalypse Soon. And guys, if you love the show, please share the clips that we send out. Please write a review on iTunes, right, Kev?
Absolutely. Yeah, it helps a huge amount because then it tells the algorithm that people are, interested and throw that out there. And then if you want to reach out to Eddie and the show, send an email to eddiepeppodcast@gmail.com, and we may read it live on the pod.
Yeah, eddiepeppodcast@gmail.com. And also go to eddiepepitone.com for my show dates. I will make sure the website has the show dates up to date. And I just want to thank everybody for joining. It looks like at least 60% of Americans have been exposed to the coronavirus, so I think we're approaching herd immunity. But then again, folks, there are new variants on the rise, and there are new pandemics coming as everything breaks down. And also, someone told me yesterday that snakes are getting larger due to climate warming. So anyway, thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.